Low pressure center moving through the area, of course, yesterday and earlier this morning, putting down quite a bit of snow and producing blizzard-like conditions in some areas. Most of the totals in the metro were in the 4 to 7 to almost 8-inch range. Some of those slightly heavier totals, Burnsville right around 7.5 inches. North of Woodbury and up to Stillwater, there were a few areas, Afton, that were around the 7-inch range. Shoreview to Forest Lake. Other spots, though, Maple Grove closer to 6. Saw a lot of 4s and 6s out in the West Metro. MSP in that same type of range, right around 5 to 6 inches, along with out in Chanhassen. Totals were lighter as you moved into northern Minnesota, the Brainerd Lakes area, kind of in the 2 to 4 inch zone. Totals heavier in north central Wisconsin, northwestern Wisconsin. Some of that lake enhancement from Lake Superior. I saw totals around Ladysmith and to near Hayward and Rice Lake around 9 inches. A few spots closer to 10, and some of the heavier totals around Mankato. And the ground, of course, there a little more open, so a lot more in the way of problems of blowing snow. Check ahead on roadways. There still are some icy areas and slow and go spots, and it'll likely stay that way through the afternoon. Even some closures still in southern Minnesota due to these strong winds that are at 10 to 20 with gusts still at 30 blowing snow around. We will come back into the low teens for a high today before temperatures slide down into the single digits. Most spots are around 10 to 12 right now around the Twin Cities, western Wisconsin. Again, we fall into the single digits through the night tonight. Here's the wind. Still with gusts 25 to 30, even above 30 miles an hour, Rochester, especially Mankato. So there's still some blowing snow in these areas, with the strong northwesterly flow coming on in behind the low pressure center. You'll notice through here the rest of the afternoon, the wind does back down 20 to 25 as we get closer to sunset, but still a few spots that may peak to near 30. So open areas blowing snow will still be an issue. And then the wind really starts to back down tonight. These are gusts. This isn't even the sustained wind. It's much, much lighter, probably about a 5 to 10 mile an hour wind with some gusts 10 to 20. So that won't be nearly as problematic. That will help us out on the wind chill side, but of course it will be a cold night tonight regardless. All that fresh snowpack out there and a clear sky initially before the clouds start to roll back in. So wind chills are below zero. I've even seen several areas in western Minnesota 20 to 25 below. It'll stay that way through the evening, 10 to 20 below I feel for a lot of wind chills tonight. As the wind slackens, the temperature drops. So yeah, it still stays cold. Now notice tomorrow morning the wind chills start to come back up, even well above zero in western Minnesota, and they will continue to climb quite a bit tomorrow afternoon. That's as a low pressure center moves in and brings us another little wave of snow. See some of the clouds gathering with that up to the northwest. We'll get to that system in a minute. First, talk about the one that affected us here as it bombed out this weekend. Initial forecast models just gave it an inch or two of snow back on Friday. Wasn't a big deal. And then Friday afternoon, Friday night into Saturday morning really started to put together this low and rev it up with a lot of wind energy and, of course, plenty of snow. Thankfully, in some areas, there's a drier snow, so it's easier to push off, but the problems there are a lot more in the way of blowing snow. Even the snow has really settled down in Wisconsin. There's still a few snow showers left. Of course, there's quite a bit of lake enhancement, and there will be additional lake effect snows at times today off of Lake Superior and, of course, Lake Michigan. Now we'll turn the attention up to the northwest. See a little burst of snow here north of Winnipeg, more clouds and a lot of bright white clouds here in Alberta. This is a system with just a little snow on the edge of the radar range there south of Edmonton. This will drop southeastward tonight, bringing around a snow. There's a lot of jet stream energy back in here in the Gulf of Alaska. See a little twist there right on the last few frames? That energy will ride up and over and come down towards us on Wednesday. So two Clipper-type storms, not with much snow, reinforcing cold air, but enough that it could grease up the roadways a little bit. Partly to mostly sunny through the rest of the afternoon and clear through the evening. Now notice tomorrow morning the clouds come back in. The wind turns to the southwest, so we'll start to see temperatures climb quite a bit. But notice the northern half of the state already seeing some light snow tomorrow morning, expanding closer to the Twin Cities in western Wisconsin by mid-morning into the afternoon, and then quickly pulls away. So that's why some areas may just see a dusting of snow. Other spots may see a half an inch to an inch. Better chance of that in northern Minnesota. Another clipper here into Wednesday. See a puddle of snow showers moving through Wednesday morning to midday, and that continues on into the afternoon and evening. Again, another system with the potential for an inch or two. Now through the day today, again, sunshine has returned, to high in the low teens. That west-northwest wind 10 to 20, even 25 to 30 on some of the gusts. So still staying rather breezy. Temperatures not moving too much from where they are now. Single digits and low teens. For tonight, a lot of these lows will happen early in the night before the clouds come in, but it'll be cold regardless. Single digits with many areas below zero. And then looking into tomorrow, a nice brief little warm up, but the snow showers will be around. Highs in the upper 20s and low 30s. Another snow shot as we look into Wednesday. That day may have the high temperature at midnight with falling temperatures throughout the day. A cold beginning to the new year before temps start to build back up into next weekend.